Hello and welcome to OWXL League Season 3 Week 7 on Numbani. Can you believe Week 7 here already? Second to last week of the season, and we are getting off and started here on this Tuesday night. Rival tier between Reddit, Gynos, and WinkyFace. Excited to get this game started for you. WinkyFace coming off their first loss of the season, actually to Hogpen, now tied with them at the top of the rival tier at 5-1. And their last victory coming in Week 5 against the winless Beats by Lucio. Nice 2-0 defeat there. Reddit Gynos, their previous defeat in Week 6, also over Beats by Lucio. So getting a bit of momentum coming into this game. They did adopt an 0-3 record. Came in Week 4 and are since 2-1, now 2-4 on the season. Tied with 3 other teams at 2-4 in a very tight rival tier. It's actually at 6th, 7th, and 8th place. Revenant, Intangibles, and Reddit Gynos all tied on record, separated by points, while Positive Toxicity and Spicy Boys both at 3-3, tied right at the outside of the playoff positions, and trying to chase the leaders up there at the top. But we'll get the, it'll be interesting to see how Week 7 shakes up the table, with especially both tiers. Challenger below as well, very tight in the center of that. So excited for Week 7, and we are again on Numbani. All teams and all tiers will start on this hybrid map. Our third one, I believe, since we started the season on Eichenwald, then went to Kings Row. I think that was in Week 5, and then now coming to Numbani. So not a map we see too often, but exciting nonetheless. Both teams are ready to go, and we're all set. So yeah, without further ado, we'll get you into Numbani.
Traveling to Numbani.
All right. And on Numbani, again, this is the first game of Week 7. Coming up very quickly. A lot of the games generally get scheduled maybe like Wednesday, Thursday, or especially on the weekend. But this one coming out immediately. Excited to get it to you quickly. For the blue team, Reddit Gynos will be defending first on Numbani. Griffin going Tracer. Console Hulk on Diva. Batman on Soldier. I'm Soldier on Winston. Sparky Whitmore and URSOL on the supports there, Lucio, Mercy, maybe more, respectively. For the attackers, WinkyFace on the right here, Kyle Gunner going Diva, Tectonio on the Widowmaker, perhaps. Be an interesting starting pick. We'll see if that sticks. Again, with the attackers, they've got a lot more time to change heroes, so could expect some swaps possibly. Spartan Wells, General plays a little tank. Maybe going Lucio here. Third Eye Funk Boy, also a tank player, so they could just kind of flexing around a little bit. The only girl on Mercy and Cheeky. 326 on a DPS. Sometimes plays support as well. So we'll see if Spartan Wells. Third Eye go tank. Cheeky switches support. Or if they're trying out new comps. We'll see how that goes. Well, to see how WinkyFace responds to that first loss. Hogpen definitely a very strong team and are also 5-1. So WinkyFace trying to create some separation for themselves and stay up there at the top, knowing that Hogpen could win just every game out and have some advantage going into the playoffs. But now in this engagement, Kyle Gunner here on the high ground trying to force out maybe some of these defenders, but gets a little low and has to find a health pack. Getting dove regardless. Batman coming in for the first kill for the defenders. It is on a support. Spartan Wells now falling on that Lucio. And as Tectonio falls as well, they're a bit disadvantaged on this attack. They may have to retreat here. It's another one falling for them. The only girl and Cheeky retreat, drop, and the rest of the team retreats. It's a good push in from Reddit Gynos, able to get the stagger on Third Eye Funk Boy. And suffice to say, the first defense successful for them. Batman already around 75% or so of this rocket barrage. That'll be incredibly helpful for them. The support ultimate is still a little lagging, but they haven't had to do much healing because of the amount of destruction coming in from the DPSers. On the other side, Tactonio now switching to the soldiers, trying to take care of this Pharah. Trying to get them another angle coming in. Cheeky on Pharah as well will be a bit of a counter. No hit scan for Reddit Gynos, so they'll have a Pharah of their own to contend with. It may distract Matman a little bit. Now coming in a point very quickly, coming outside. A Rocket Barrage coming in early here, but Kyle Gunner is able to use most of the, or absorb most of it with the defense matrix, but does lose mech in the process. It's an all-out brawl on the point. Kyle Gunner still down, though. Third at fun point now falling. Effectively, both tanks gone for WinkyFace, but Primal Rage coming out for the Winston on the other side. Soldier getting some kills, but actually, it's Griffin cleaning up on Tracer, able to grab probably 3 or 4 in the feed, and trying to chase down Cheeky. On fire here with a pulse bomb and another successful defense for Reddit Gynos. Now coming back into this engagement, a couple ults here for the defenders. Griffin may try and use the pulse bomb here to get this tank low, but maybe low regardless. And third at Funk Boy falls in this engagement. It's a Valkyrie coming out from both Mercies now. Both in the air. Griffin still trying to get a few kills, but nothing really sticking just yet. On the other side, Calgon looking for an opportunity to use this self-destruct. Will do so here, try and catch the defense off guard. But a Winston, the shield, the bubble in the back there will kind of prevent a lot of the damage coming through. The defenders stay on their feet. Still a good defense for them. You see them kind of grouping up well here. I like the high ground position here from Soldier on Winston, just able to harass a little bit. And the only go heal on Mercy, just looking for opportunities to heal the team and get out of harm's way with the damage coming in off of the defensive Pharah. Man with another Rocket Barrage, looking for an opportunity to use that. But now it's just 70 seconds or so, minute 10 on the clock for the attackers trying to attack this point with nothing on the control point so far. Not a percentage earned, and we'll have to come in maybe a different direction. They've got 3 ultimates to work with, one of them supports, so you know, they got some options, but they have to know that there are some maybe some difficulties on the other side. I'm trying to do a game pause, so I'm gonna have that set for you. There we go. Actually, Kyle Gunner can get back into the game. But again, it's been a difficult attack, and you wonder how much of this is how well they're able to recover from the first loss of the season last week. Obviously, still very early on in the game, and oftentimes we see teams come in to the first game, maybe once they struggle a little bit, but take a little bit to get settled in, and then come back in the second game and really make it a contest. So that could very well be the issue here. Definitely not the same kind of attack we've seen from WinkyFace so far, but we expect probably a turnaround from them. And a cap in overtime is a cap regardless, so assuming Kyle Gunner can get back into the game, should be able to really give this Reddit Gynos defense a run for their money. On the other side, though, the you know, not to discredit them at all, the Gynos defense has been very solid so far in targeting specific heroes for WinkyFace and kind of focusing them down really efficiently. And I know we mentioned the ult economy as well. Kyle Gunner not being able to come back in with that same ult charge will be difficult. And but depending on how quickly he will be able to earn it, could come in late in the game and be able to use it. So it may work out, but again, a big disadvantage coming in with less than a minute to go in this attack. Alright, looks like Kyle Gunner back into the game. And not a moment too soon. We'll make sure you simply get loaded back in and then get this game on pause for you. Yeah, again, like we were mentioning, looking at ult economy, Only Girl should be able to earn the Valkyrie for the attackers pretty quickly, but it'll be up against quite a few ults on the other side, including kind of staggered support ults on Reddit Gyno's side. I think it's smart from them. to kind of keep those pretty spaced out so they don't accidentally overlap. I know that that's difficult with support combinations, making sure that you don't kind of use those support ultimates simultaneously unless you absolutely have to. Now the first of which coming out here, the Sound Barrier protecting Madman, using the Rocket Barrage, grabs a good double on a support on the other side, Tectonio falling as well. And again, the defense cleaning up. It's less than 20 seconds here for WinkyFace, and in a very difficult position. Strong defense again from Red Gynos. Use 2 ultimates there. They still have 3 to work with, and only 2 on the other side. It's third eye point. Now switching to Reinhardt will have some time to earn that. Calgunner still at 30% after joining the game a little bit late. Cheeky with a Rocket Barrage, but not a lot of room. They can combine with the Spartan Wells. Sound Barrier as well, but not until he dies via the Console Hulk self-destruct. So, again, just a strong defense. You see them getting the kills already. And just, again, not a tick earned. The defense from Red Gynos really cleaning up. Calgunner now out of mech, and it's starting to get a little bit difficult. Third Eye Funk Boy, really the only one there. Able to get the res off on Tectonio, though, was the only girl in Valkyrie, but now a res coming the other direction. You are still able to take Sparky Whitmore back into the game. The Death Blast from Tectonio kind of gets pushed away a little bit from the Primal Rage, and he didn't really get to make the most of it as he wanted to. The attackers now really coming in, though. They do have a respawn advantage. They may actually be able to wipe up these defenders. Looks like Red Gynos could not clean up quickly enough, and depending on how long they can continue stalling, now a solid Rocket Barrage coming from Madman. It's able to take out Third Eye Funk Boy, so they won't have that shield to work with. Now it's really difficult to tell. Obviously, the attackers have the respawn advantage, but the defenders are stalling just long enough to continue getting members on point. Still not any sticking percentage earned, though, for WinkyFace, and yeah, it's just, they really just need to, get these kills cleaned up a little bit more quickly. The self-destruct coming in will be effective. Sparky Whitmore now falling for the defenders. They won't have that Lucio healing, 62% to his ultimate, and probably could have earned that pretty quickly, but now going and getting the kills is Cheeky coming in on Soldier, able to take him down. And again, kill swapping, but I think the attackers actually do have the advantage. Now Console Hulk out of mech, and it's just the Pharah on Madman, but a couple tanks and the support for the attackers. And if they're able to clean this up, they can really start maybe getting into the payload section in overtime. If they lose enough members, obviously it'll drop as quickly as possible. Difficult to pause here. Calgunner dropping out of the game again. Hopefully the connection issue won't cause them problems later on, but obviously want to be able to make sure that WinkyFace have their full team available to them. Trying to make sure that I know it's too disadvantaged, but again, one of that ultimate charge, but yeah, just not able to earn enough just yet to know for sure that they can win this game. I think actually if they can only get the draw or loss if they don't get the first tick. So last play for here, they don't want to be disadvantaged coming off that first loss of the season. So we'll try and get Calgunner back in this game. Just 1 second. Alright, back into the game again. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of capture progress earned for WinkyFace, but on pause here, make sure that I get back into this kind of a high tension situation. So fortunately that we had to pause, but now back to it. Trying to get these kills in. Looks like Yorsol is a little bit low. It does go down. The Mercy not there for the defense will be difficult. And again, the attackers really starting to come in here strongly, but a good sound barrier coming in from Sparky Whitmore, able to clear out quite a few with the Rocket Barrage, and I think that would be a cap for the defenders here. Good defense from them and hold WinkyFace to no percentage earned. So, yeah, in a good position to take an early lead here and really start climbing the table. And again, a highly contested rival tier. Good round from them. remote, so a few hiccups in that first round, but WinkyFace without a tick earned. Gynos with not a lot to do here in the first round, and if their attack is anything like the defense, you got to expect it to be assertive and aggressive, and it'll be a spectacular defense from WinkyFace to force the draw. So we'll see what attack comes out from Gynos early on. Griffin going Genji, Console Hulk on Diva, Matman going Pharah, I'm Soldier 69 on Winston, Sparky Whitmore on Lucio, Yorso on Mercy. Defenders now, Kyle Gunner going Diva, Tictonio getting DPS in again on Reaper. They'll have to be conscientious of the attack Pharah, obviously Pharah running on defense. You can presume a Pharah on attack. Spartan Wells on the Zenyatta will help with the Discord Orb to try and take Madman out of the sky. Third Eye Funkboy yet undecided. Now going Reinhardt, the only girl on Mercy, and Cheeky going Torbjorn. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure if the Cheeky turret will be enough to combat Madman, and again, you only can lose one fight here if you're WinkyFace, having not earned a tick, right? So Gynos definitely have the advantage just on paper with the Pharah. We'll see if that ends up actually translating into a win for them, but coming in very early, straight to main, trying to get the defenders off this high ground as Third Eye Funkboy shifts off that left side. Damage coming in, Tictonio definitely causing more problems than I think he may have, but now in Soldier 69 taking down the only threat for Madman on Pharah, that's the turret. But Spartan Winslow able to get the better of him, the attackers with the shorter respawn, so it's still a 6v5 in the defender's favor as they continue this defense. It's a bit of a spread out attack from Gynos as now Console Hulk going out of mech will be in a tough spot. Get hammered down there, and Griffin halfway to an ult, the only surviving member I believe for Gynos. Confidence spell, maybe a tough spot. Does fall, and they'll have to come back in to engage. A bit surprising, again looking at it, it seemed like WinkyFace may have got kind of rolled over there, but a good defense from them, and Gynos will have to rethink this attack.
My ultimate is charged.
Again, Spartan Wells on the Zenyatta causing problems for Madman, and pocketed here by Yorso, who also has a Valkyrie and can maybe use the damage boost to combine it with the Rocket Barrage Madman has here. Still a bit of a timid approach for them, but now the rest of the attackers come around the left side, diving the high ground, looking to get rid of that defense. It's two support ults coming out here for the defenders. WinkyFace, the Transcendence from Spartan Wells, combined with the Valkyrie from the only girl. It's a Tictonio Death Blossom looking for a couple, finds two, Sparky Whitmore and Madman, both dropping, and it's another strong defense here from WinkyFace. Console Hulk staggered just a little bit, trying to get some damage in and force the WinkyFace defenders to kill him. May have a better opportunity dropping off the side, off that left side there, but now does drop and will be staggered. So now just under 2 minutes for the attackers. I'm Soldier 69 now switching to Orisa to try and kind of force their way in with Griffin out as Soldier. They get damage in behind that shield. And that could be the change they need to break through this defense. An early pick on a Third Eye Funkboy from Madman, that's huge for them, and they'll have to really push here. As the rest of the attackers here on the left side high ground looking to come in. A self-destruct coming down, will try and scatter the defenders as the Rocket Rush does catch Kyle Gunner. So now it's a very strong attack coming in from Gynos. They should be able to cap this here. They definitely have the numbers advantage if they continue to drop the members of WinkyFace. Third Eye Funkboy able to come back in quickly after the respawn. Dropped early, but they didn't push quickly enough, and now he's back in the fight, but dropping early on and does not have a lot of health. I think he will fall as Gynos move on to the point. They should start earning percentage shortly. Soldier 69 needs a little bit of help as the res comes in. Tictonio back up in the defense, a little bit more bolstered. Pharah still in the sky causing problems. Griffin as well on the high ground with the Helix Rocket. Now with the Tactical Visor trying to get a lot of the damage through, and it's incredible to catch somebody as Cheeky uses the turret to take him down. And again, would look like a very strong attack for Gynos kind of falls apart. I think they had the advantage at more than one occasion in that fight, and haven't quite been able to capitalize. No ultimates for them now, 2 for the defenders, and that will be definitely difficult for them to contest with now with only 40 seconds or so on the clock.
seconds remaining.
Now coming back up towards the high ground again. They only need the tick, so one good team fight should do it for them, but nobody with an ultimate. I'm Soldier 69 close with the supercharger. Sparky Whitmore now has a sound barrier. They can use that to engage Madman with a rocket barrage on the horizon. Could use it here to break up these high ground attackers who may come in, and does have a sound barrier protection. The Transcendence well timed from Spartan Wells will completely eliminate as Batman gets shot out of the sky. The only girl falls though as well. Without that mercy healing, it could be difficult once more. But again, getting the kills are WinkyFace. The defenders wrapping up here. The self-destruct coming down as Tectonia spins with the Death Blossom, getting kills on all sides as Tectonia will take down Sparky Whitmore. It's just the Arsenal trying to get the res, but it will not come off. I think WinkyFace complete a successful defense, and that is a draw on Nimbani. Batman with the rocket barrage here, able to get a lot of damage in. One of the kind of attacks there from Red Gynos, I think we expected to go in their direction, didn't quite pan out. But yeah, so we draw on the first point. Check and remember what happens. I believe it's the home team Red Gynos will get the next map pick. Don't quote me on that. We'll get that from them and see if somebody can pull ahead here in this second map. We'll be right back. And welcome back. A draw on Nimbani. Saw a lot of sparks and not a lot of results coming into Ilios. It is actually WinkyFace's pick. They're the home team and have picked Ilios, so a nice control point to level the playing field. We'll see if someone can take the lead going into that third game, which I guess would decide either a draw or a win for one of these teams. So still a lot to play for, especially with playoff implications on the line. Red Gynos in the hunt. WinkyFace hoping to stay near the top. There'll be a couple substitutions coming in, I believe. It's like Red Gynos bringing in Aromatic Set, nice DPSer, to kind of change the shape of the Red Gynos attack. Obviously, we saw strong defenses and kind of all bark, no bite attacks from both sides. No one able to take a point on Nimbani. So yeah, hoping for a little bit more here. Get the readies from both sides and get the game started for you. Again, guys, if you have signed up for the free-for-all tournament, if you're just interested in spectating, make sure you're available on Saturday. It's the 17th in the evening. I think it starts at 7 Eastern. I'll be doing some casting for you. We've got some qualifying rounds, and then we'll get to the streaming action. And just should be a good time. Free-for-all tournament. Registration for that is closed already, so only participants there, but definitely follow us on the Twitch channel. And we're excited to bring that to you. For all the kind of playoff standings so far, where the standings are, who can get into the playoffs, who may be right on the outside, and all of that exciting stuff going into weeks 7 and 8 right before the playoffs. You can check out the standings on the website, OWXL.com, and a lot of cool information over there as well. Season 4 signups should be live pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. And again, if you're not in our Discord channel, get to that so you can get all that information as we bring it to the masses. So I think we do actually have readies from both sides. We'll get Ilios started for you.
Now arriving at Ilios.
Well, a classic starting point here for Ilios. Exciting, definitely see some Roadhog coming out. Already see Aristus on both sides. Cheeky and I'm Soldier. Aromatic Sat filling out that Roadhog. Griffin again on Tracer on the left side for Reddit Gynos. Madman on Pharah. Played very effectively on Dumani, especially on the defensive side. I'm Soldier on Orisa. Sparky Whitmore going Lucio. Yorsol on Mercy. Kyle Gunner yet undecided as the game opens up. Tectonio going Tracer. Should be a fun battle against Griffin. Spartan Wells on Zenyatta. Third Funk Boy, presumably tank. The Only Girl on Moira. Cheeky. 326 on Orisa. Now filling out Kyle Gunner going Soldier and Third Eye Funk Boy on Zarya.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
Reddit Gynos with the Lucio. Sparky Whitmore able to get them to the point quickly, and they'll take their kind of stake their claim early on, trying to get the shield in. Interested to see they didn't push up further, knowing they had the space. But now Rish's shield's down for both sides will make it difficult. The Pharah, however, on the Reddit Gynos side, Madman able to take down the shield pretty quickly, and it's a further placed shield forward from Cheeky. Good pull, however, will take the Only Girl on Moira directly into the pit, and that is kind of a disadvantage. Actually, the just faded in there, honestly. Tectonio for WinkyFace able to get into the bag and get a few kills. Madman comes back up via the res, and now the kills really starting to go the way of Reddit Gynos. As the capture point fills, they should take this pretty cleanly. Trying to hunt down the last surviving members. Kyle Gunner in a tough spot, and lucky the hook didn't land from Aromatic Set. Backs off with Third Eye Funk Boy on Zarya, and Reddit Gynos begin to earn percentage as WinkyFace regroups. Once again, an early ultimate for Madman on Fair. We saw Thunder Nubani as well in their initial defense, I believe. Came out with the first ultimate. Should try and use it here and shut down the subsequent attack. Cheeky already low. The shield not quite pinning out. It does fall Madman, finishing the job with the Rocket Barrage. Grabs a second on Kyle Gunner with Spartan Wells. Grabs that solitary Pharah in the air, drops her to the ground. And now Griffin coming in, trying to get a few kills for Reddit Gynos, but still their advantage on the point. 35% gone for them. Another hook goes awry for Aromatic Set, but continuing to push back the WinkyFace attacker. Spartan Wells falling, taking the I'm Soldier, able to get him down. And they'll have to regroup once more, just a couple members surviving. Ultimates building for either side now. Kyle Gunner with the Tactical Visor, the Only Girl with the Coalescence. A support ultimate on the other side for UR Soul on the with Valkyrie. Aromatic set very close to a Rocket Barrage. Madman now for Red Gynos, once again getting the advantage in for their team, taking down Tectonio early, so it'll be a 6v5 for this next engagement. And as the control point meter ticks up around 70%, WinkyFace can't afford to lose members early. Now the Coalescence coming out here from the early room. They're trying to initiate and keep those tanks alive as they come onto the point. It's a Tactical Visor, however, coming out for Griffin, looking to grab a couple. Visor on the other side from Kyle Gunner tries to land, but doesn't quite. Kill feed lighting up for Reddit Gynos, and yeah, just a comprehensive wipe for them. As control point ticks up 93-94%, they'll have all the ultimates 5 to be exact as this next fight breaks out. Not a lot to work with for WinkyFace as control point goes up. On overtime, Kyle Gunner not quite able to get in as quickly as possible. I think he was looking for a last second contest, but didn't pan out. Aromatic set ready for him anyway. Reddit Gynos very convincing. First round on Ilios. So Reddit Gynos is looking to take a strong lead here. Obviously, we'll play minimum 3 maps now because it's a best of 3 series. And the first round on Nimbani was a draw. Reddit Gynos showing their attack can get into gear and able to take down WinkyFace. WinkyFace again coming off the first loss in week 1, looking to coming off the first loss since week 1, rather last week against Hogpen, looking to get back in the saddle here, but off to a rocky start so far. Reddit Gynos looking to take this 2, and WinkyFace really needs to solidify their kind of structure, maybe their focus a little bit, and look to take the second round, force the third, and try to start earning some positives out of these games. An early pull from Aromatic set though onto Third Eye Funk Boy won't quite do all the damage they were looking for, but still in a good position. Reddit Gynos pushing back this WinkyFace defense, and as the control point opens up in just a few seconds, they start to push in. WinkyFace getting the kills here as Kyle Gunner is able to take down Madman I'm Soldier Spartan Wells getting in on Madman. The Reds coming back in, however, but will pay for it. URSL now falling, and the attackers on WinkyFace cleaning up and able to take percentage there. And I like the response from them going down in the first round, showing that they are ready to play and won't bend over that easily. Reddit Gynos will have to regroup now. A few changes, I think. Soldier coming in as Winston now, and Aromatic set going Genji. Griffin on the Diva could be the change they need to combat this new look WinkyFace. I like this change onto McCree rather from Reaper from Tectonio. I think another good switch. Be able to deal with the Fair a little bit better. And now trying to get damage in, nothing quite sticking for Madman. The Orisa shield from Cheeky protecting WinkyFace. Now the Deadeye coming in, tries to take down 2, will grab both. Tectonio able to take down Madman and URSL out of the sky, obliterating that pharmacy combo. Once again, a good cleanup from WinkyFace. They continue to earn percentage. It'll be well over 50% by the time Reddit Gynos re-engages. They've got a couple ultimates, another one on the way from Third Eye Funk Boy and Cheeky. And WinkyFace looking very good on this round. An oddly timed self-destruct coming in, or rather from Kyle Gunner, maybe trying to catch the initiation. Doesn't quite land though, but that's okay for them. They've got some to spare. 2 ultimates now coming in. Madman looking to use the Rocket Barrage if he gets a good opportunity. First, Kyle Gunner needs to go out of mech. Working on that now, but not quite able to get him out. It may not matter if he doesn't see him behind him. Going out of mech there. The Transcendence not quite timed well enough, but still good enough to keep up the rest of the members of WinkyFace. Kills kind of going back and forth. Rez coming in on I'm Soldier, able to get him back into the fight, but Tectonio and Kyle Gunner continuing to clean up. I think it's another good defense from WinkyFace. It's just Sparky Whitmore survives. He does eventually fall, and as I'm Soldier tries to get away, not quite. Cheeky pulling back, and that's another good defense from them. 96% means this should be the last fight. I don't think anybody will be able to come into contest in time. A good second round from WinkyFace. Tied up 1-1 on Ilios. So all to play for here on the Ruins. Tied up 1-1 on Ilios after the draw on Nimbani. Safe to say these teams are deadlocked. Looking for the win here. One of these two sides trying to take the advantage. But definitely not as risky, I'd say, because if the other team's able to come back in that third game, it will just be a draw on the series. But Reddit Gynos looking to clean it up and get off to a good start in the second game. WinkyFace answering back in that second round.
Round 3.
Another change is I'm Soldier going off the Winston to Reinhardt. Going to get damage in. Tectonio now going Widow for the other side. Third Eye Funk Boy switching to the Fair, but he won't find one on the other side as Madman now goes Soldier. Very, it's a good preemptive switch, good intuitive switch to try and make that change, knowing they may try and counter the Fair again. And it could come to haunt WinkyFace if they're not kind of aware of that switch. Good shield from I'm Soldier does kind of give Red Gynos a little bit of stake on the capture point. Nothing really gained so far as now WinkyFace goes in to begin attacking Griffin, and I'm Soldier able to get early kills on essential members, and as it opens up, Red Gynos able to clean up pretty quickly here. Madman taking down Third Eye Funk for the Helix Rocket, and it's a strong attack and defense from Red Gynos. Pushing up with a pretty strong defense, but they'll be lucky not to get flanked, by, I guess actually there's not really a lot of flankers on the other side. They can afford to push up a little bit, but now the Coalescence coming in from the Only Girl looking to separate that defense a little bit. Damage coming in, the Third Eye Funk Boy looking to come around and get damage from the side. We separate these defenders. The Coalescence, however, from the other side on URSL able to try and keep these tanks alive. Kyle Gunner in a tough spot, however, and getting a little surrounded. It's a Dragon Blade coming in from Aromatic Set, looking for a couple, hasn't quite found anything just yet. The tactical eyes from Madman as well, looking to capture a few, but nothing going down. Now a well-timed Third Eye Funk Boy Rocket Barrage grabs a couple. Red Gynos, however, still have advantage on the point. It's just the only goal Moira has to fade away. 50% gone for them, and Red Gynos in pole position to take this round on Ilios. One or two team fights left, depending on how economical WinkyFace are. Not a lot of ultimates, however, for the defenders, current defenders to the point, though they just have the Spartan Wells. Transcend. It's kind of a wasted shatter, goes straight into the wall there, but I'm Soldier trying to engage regardless, doesn't really get anything out of it, but the rest of his teammates cleaning up regardless. Griffin and Aromatic Set able to grab a couple. Madman getting in on the action as well as WinkyFace falls once more. It'll be about 20% or so on the control point as they retreat, and they'll have time for maybe one more attack. They'll have a couple ultimates though, both support, however. The Transcendence here from Spartan Wells, the Only Girl with a Coalescence as well. Kyle Gunner looking for something, but Tectonio falling early will make it very difficult again for them to engage. The disadvantage as the overtime meter goes. Support ultimates out for both sides. Sparky Whitmore using the sound barrier to protect Reddit Gynos as the Spartan Wells Transcendence will get him 2 points to protect his team. Now it's an Aromatic Set Dragon Blade, however, coming through, able to take out the Only Girl. Looking for a couple more, but just helping out with the damage. Madman with a tactical advantage able to pick up a few as well, and it's a really strong finish. Reddit Gynos on Ilios. Third Eye Funk Boy trying to come in to contest, but it won't really pan out for them. And Aromatic Set cleaning up for Reddit Gynos. They get the win on Ilios.
Play of the game.
Deadeye coming in here from Tectonio, able to grab 2 in the sky. WinkyFace not quite able to get the win here, but a nice play regardless. Reddit Gynos coming out strongly. There'll be another map pick for WinkyFace. See if they can tie this series up and go home with the draw, or if they'll fall and fall further behind. I'll be playing esports. We'll get the pick from them when we come back. Small hiccup in the center, but Gynos was able to take the best of 3 series there on Ilios, winning the first and third rounds to topple WinkyFace. Now coming into the third round, waiting for the map pick from WinkyFace to try and level this game out and tie it up 1-1. Not quite gotten that just yet, but again, a strong play from, I think, from Mapman on Gynos, and also knowing to switch to the Soldier, expecting the Bear on the other side influential and helping them win that game. And just good game awareness from Mapman and from Gynos. Good switch to make that happen, and really shutting down the WinkyFace train that's been rolling since week 1. A strong showing from them. Looks like the map pick coming out is another hybrid. Maybe Eichenwald, interesting pick from them after the difficulties both teams had, but maybe WinkyFace after their, I believe they attacked first, maybe thinking they can come back into this game and defending first can change things up. Get that queued up for you. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Appreciate your patience, guys. Just making sure we have everybody all square and ready to go. Looks like we do have both captains with the ready, so without further ado, we'll get you to Eichenwald.
Traveling to Eichenwald.
And now, actually traveling to Eichenwald. I always forget how short that video is. But now here we are, WinkyFace, now the defending team after having attacked first on New Body, hoping that this will change the shape for them. Gynos now attacking. Should see a strong attack from them, like we did on Ilios. Now that everybody's kind of settled into the game, should be a good contest. For the attack, Griffin on Tracer, Console Hulk on Diva, Madman going Pharah, I'm Soldier on Winston, Sparky Whitmore going Lucio, and Relic now subbing in, going Mercy. Good strong support, could be the difference maker for Gynos. For the defenders, Calgunner may be going Diva, actually going Symmetra, Tectonio, Orisa, Third Eye Funk Boy on Torbjorn, Cheeky on Junkrat, the only girl going Mercy, Spartan Wells on Roadhog.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
Not actually a defense I think we've seen in a while. Torb Symmetra combo. Due to the Tectonio Orisa shield. Spartan Wells with a good hook. It's nice new twist on an old favorite now with the prevalence of the Orisa Roadhog tank combo. Cheeky obviously with damage and the healing coming in from the only girl. I really like that combination. For the attackers again with Madman, could have something to say about it. No counter for that Pharah once more, and Madman could run rampant in the backlines if unchecked. Going to get damage in early. Not so. Cheeky not quite able to get the better of any of those attackers, all pretty aware of the damage coming through. Now maybe not so much. Madman getting the boop on Spartan Wells, and that will be a good initiation for them. Once again, that Pharah causing issues for WinkyFace. Cheeky able to answer back on Griffin, so it's a 5v5, but obviously the attackers have the shorter respawns, looking to get in quickly. Console Hulk coming in with Diva, finding that turret very quickly and looking to get it down, but now facing a little bit of damage. But it is Gynos getting the kills in the feed that they need to win this defense. And as Calgunner falls, I don't think they'll be able to get a teleporter in. Stall trying out from Tectonio, but will drop no remaining defenders. It's a strong attack from Gynos, and they will wrap up at this point.
Where does it
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Yeah, strong attack from Gynos able to come in quickly, and this is definitely not the game we saw on Numbani. With an ultimate here, the Valkyrie on the other side, or before Relic as well, means they're in a very good position. Switching up comps a little bit as Cheeky now goes May, Third Eye Funk Boy on McCree to finally take care of this Pharah. Griffin able to get the kill on the only girl. Once again, the defense disadvantage without that support, and it's a very kind of pushing back really far to hold this defense. We see a lot of defense on this initial corner, but maybe trying to avoid the accuracy from Madman on that Pharah and giving them a little bit more room to work with. Hopefully Third Eye Funk Boy can kind of keep that from being too much of an issue. A good wall there will take down Console Hulk. Madman in the back. Again, just raining down rockets. Third Eye Funk Boy and Spartan Wells both falling. Griffin able to get a couple kills as well. The defenders try and start to clean up. Not quite as successful as maybe they would have liked. The pulse bomb not quite connecting. But WinkyFace may be able to clean this up. It's just kind of a scattered fight right now, but I actually know the attackers do have the advantage. The self-destruct coming through may scatter a couple. Doesn't quite connect, but will allow the mech to come back in the stall for the defenders. Yeah, but I think it is Gynos with the advantage here, starting to clean up that Diva. Calgunner falls, and they continue to push the payload. And now it's the only girl caught in a very difficult spot. Griffin pestering, but not quite able to get the kill. The payload continues to move. Tectonio with a supercharge, the only girl with a Valkyrie could help the defenders for this next engagement. A self-destruct, however, coming out. Doesn't look like it connects there. Just an opportunity to get another mech back for Console Hulk. Now the Primal Rage coming out from Iron Soldier will get them back to the point, but they're continuing to push. Good sound barrier there from Sparky Woodmore to try and keep the remaining attackers bolstered here on the point. Very close to capping this point. Matman with another Rocket Barrage, taking down Kyle Gunner, getting that Diva out of mech, and they continue to clean up these kills. Supercharger a little late. They say a little better late than never, but they may have saved that one 2.23 meters away from the checkpoint, and they won't be able to have that ultimate. Griffin, Matman, Console Hulk all getting kills in the feed as a last-ditch Blizzard coming out from Cheeky, trying to wrap up the rest of the attack. The only girl trying to keep that May alive, but I think Gynos will survive that Ice Storm and continue to push the payload. Just Kyle Gunner remaining, trying to stall as long as possible. You see the silhouettes of the defense in the back looking to continue contesting. Spartan Wells able to do just that, stalling just long enough. Third Eye Funk Boy looking for an opportunity to use this Deadeye and could really shut down the attack, but moving away from the payload, can't contest, now caught way behind as they do cap the B checkpoint. And we'll just fall off the side there to try and regroup with this team. It's a smart pick. 4 minutes and 15 seconds, however, for Gynos. They come into this third section. It's been a very smooth sailing for them so far. Griffin in the back once more, trying to cause some issues. Tectonio falling, getting a little bit too much damage in as the attack pushes in on them. Disadvantage now as the only girl falls to 6v4 for the attackers, and they're not relenting. It's another Rocket Barrage, but able to go down there. Third Eye Funk Boy finally able to end a bit of that onslaught, getting a couple. Kyle Gunner getting the self-destruct in on Madman as well, and WinkyFace with the shorter respawn here may be able to finally dig in their heels and stop this attack from Gynos. It's been pretty consistent, pretty strong so far. Finally will be Third Eye Funk Boy able to get a couple kills there. Only girl keeps the defense strong as Cheeky's on the Reaper now, and Gynos will retreat. It's a couple support ults here for WinkyFace. It's exactly what they need in this position. Relic with a Valkyrie on the other side. However, Sparky Whitmore very close to another helpful sound barrier. Console Hulk could try and initiate with the self-destruct you see on your screen here. And not a lot that they can do to avoid it should it come down, but they do have the Tectonio shields. They're trying to break that beforehand and use it strategically. We'll use it here as actually it's Tectonio going way into the back with the charge. They didn't have the shield, but it didn't matter anyway because it didn't connect with them. The sound barrier coming through as the tire comes out as well from Madman, now switching off to Pharah. This is kind of a difficult point with Pharah, so I like to change the damage in regardless. Good shatter, however, from the attackers. I'm Soldier able to grab a couple. Still standing strong, though, are the defenders. Boop will send Tectonio over the top. The charge didn't pan out. Now he's in the back line. And it will fall there. Once again, Gynos cleaning up a little bit. Griffin causing issues in the back. 84% to a with a pulse bomb. Can try and find a tank to target. Kyle Gunner going out of mech. May not need it just yet. Once again, a really strong attack. The only girl finally falling, trying to get resin, but doesn't quite pan out. Still a short respawn though, means attack will be in an okay spot. Pulse bomb coming through doesn't connect with Griffin. Cheeky with a Death Blossom though, that could be crucial for them, looking for an opportunity in the back to get this off, and may just catch them off guard. Gets into the center, just continue to get in damage, but it's actually Console Hulk behind him will shut down that plan. Now the bomb coming in from Kyle Gunner does connect with Griffin. Console Hulk goes out of mech. The defenders may be able to start wrapping up here. I'm Soldier swing as much as possible. It's just I think Spartan Wells there, but Tectonio is now back into the fold. Coalescence coming up from Spartan Wells, and Cheeky's Death Blossom not quite as effective as maybe they would have liked. A good shatter coming in, but now he won't be able to follow up as I'm Soldier falls via that Coalescence. Once again, WinkyFace wrapping up this defense to minute 30 on the clock for Gynos off the retreat and regroup. Few more fights still on deck. Madman tries to initiate here with the tire coming straight through the center. Looks for some space, will get shot down immediately. It's good targeting there from Third Eye Funk Boy, able to take down that tire before it causes any issues. Now it's a Tactical Visor coming in from Third Eye Funk Boy in a good high ground position, trying to grab a couple. Tectonio with some damage from the Griffin Pulse Bomb as a Tactical Visor kind of falls flat there, but maybe can scatter a couple. Madman able to get the damage in on Third Eye though, as he drops. It's a Valkyrie now coming out from Relic, looking to keep the rest of the attack alive. A shatter, however, from I'm Soldier, very well timed, able to grab a few. A res coming in now onto Griffin will keep Gynos bolstered as they start to get the kills in the feed. I'm Soldier going bananas with the hammer, trying to kill a few. And Gynos continue to push the payload. I think it's a strong attack. They just need to finish cleaning up these kills. They do just that. Spartan Wells falling. It's just Madman on the Junkrat. Tectonio trying to come back in, charges through, tries to catch maybe one. I'm Soldier with a little bit of damage, but continues to swing. Console Hulk now maybe the only surviving member of the attack. Actually, I say that Batman and Griffin a little bit further back, trying to create some space. The tire will get Kyle Gunner out of mech, and that'll be essential for them trying to take down this baby diva. Another coalescence coming through, however, from Spartan Wells. Continues to keep the defense strong, charging back in. Tectonio able to get the damage on a Console Hulk. Another shadow will take the pilot down to the ground. Good healing in from Relic. Peeking behind that corner will keep baby diva alive. The tire once again falling flat here from Cheeky. Console Hulk able to get that down, and really, again, no one able to clean up and really finish up this fight. It's another shatter coming through from Tectonio. They're starting to get some kills now. Cheeky grabs a neat devil there in the feed. I'm Soldier trying to go back on Tectonio. A sound barrier from Sparky Whitmore on the Red Gynos. Lucio continues to keep them alive. The self-destruct coming through will grab Batman, so that's good for the defenders. Grabs another Console Hulk going out of mech. The defenders will start to wrap up here. Overtime meter ticks down. There's 2 points for Red Gynos. What a round. So finally, a strong defense here from WinkyFace. I think over 4 minutes on the clock when Red Gynos came through the B checkpoint, able to hold them to only 2 points. And again, yeah, just definitely a good map for those stall tactics. I think even Nubani's a little bit further out if you do get to that 3rd point. Kings Row, also pretty close, but this one right up on top. And yeah, good defense from WinkyFace to shut down the Red Gynos attack. They've been rolling through pretty smoothly. Now it's up to them to get the draw in this game, all to play for. If they're able to get the 3rd checkpoint, it'll be a draw. And if they can't, then they lose the game. So, yeah, playing with a little bit of pride here. Can't get too much out of this game. But the map win will be crucial going into week 8. Should Hogpen, say Hogpen loses in a 1-2 game, they'll still get a map win. But if WinkyFace has a map win, they'll still be tied with them, and I believe have a better record. So still, all these games definitely crucial for them. Red Gynos again looking for the map wins as well to help their differential, tied up with so many teams in the center of the challenger or the rival tier rather. Excuse me. Now the comps coming out: WinkyFace in blue now attacking Kyle Gunner on Diva, Tectonio on Reinhardt, 3rd Eye Funk Boy, the 3rd tank on Zarya, Cheeky the 4th. Roadhog, Only Girl, and Spartan Wells filling out the support roles, Moira and Lucio. The defenders, we'll see if they can contest with this. Griffin going Soldier, Console Hulk on Diva, Batman again on Fair. Already 25% all charge with those directs from the spawn. I'm Soldier on Orisa, Sparky Whitmore, and Lucio Relic on Mercy. Coming straight through the choke, no time to delay or deliberate with the quad tank combo. Charging directly in to try and disrupt this defense is Kyle Gunner on Diva. They're pushing direct to the point. It could be successful. Already going out of mech, however, they could be disadvantaged as Spartan Wells falls 2. That pilot drops to 6v4, and Red Gynos clean up very easily. Quad tank not quite panning out for WinkyFace. Definitely easier said than done. Kind of coming out in the pro meta a little bit, and you watch it and just walk onto the point and make it look so easy. But definitely a well-coordinated attack required to make that happen. We've seen it try and come out a little bit. I don't know if the quad tank has actually worked yet in the league. Not that I've seen on stream, at least. It could have happened in other streams or other offline games, but not that I've seen. I've seen it tried a couple times, and I think this is the 3rd one that I've seen unsuccessful. But the first time I've seen it tried twice, going back in through the choke, looking to get that damage. This could be the ticket they need to start to get the kills. 3rd Eye Funk Boy, Tectonio dropping essential members. These 2 go the other direction. Batman able to grab one arm Soldier as well, but Kyle Gunner getting the advantage for them and taking down that supercharger. They should be able to cap this point here, I think. Console Hulk with the self-destruct doesn't quite land. The coalescence, however, coming out from the Only Girl, I believe, to help keep them alive on the point. WinkyFace really starting to clean up the kill and getting the percentage to take on for them. That's a good cap. And answering right back to Red Gynos, getting to this payload section. 3rd Eye Funk Boy caught in a tough spot though. Will have a short respawn, but tough to drop there and give that ult charge to Batman with the rocket barrage. I think it's really padding stats at this point. But Sparky Whitmore with the sound barrier very close for them. Griffin with a tactical visor, so no need to despair just yet. Cheeky with a whole hog on the way. 3rd Eye Funk Boy with the Graviton Surge. Still quad tanking it through the payload section. We'll see if they can just power their way through the middle portion. Still a lot of ultimates though for the defenders. They'll have to be careful. Be economical. Tectonio charging all the way and hoping not to get caught out, but may get focused down here. Caught in a really difficult position, but his team follows well. Does fall, and now Madman in the back trying to get a little bit of damage in. Kyle Gunner will go out of back, but is able to eat quite a bit of that. But now both tanks, or rather two tanks, gone for WinkyFace. A late sound barrier will protect the remaining two as they continue to push the payload. Gynos backing off a little bit. Graviton coming in from the back is collects quite a few, and they're trying to clean up with damage, but it doesn't quite pan out yet. I'm Soldier Supercharger trying to keep the defenders a little bit stronger as the tactical advisor here coming out from Griffin. Catches two. Spartan Will's the only girl. Both supports falling. Tries to get a couple more. Gynos finally do clean up this defense. 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock for WinkyFace. They'll have to rethink this engagement. A couple ultimates though. Tectonio 95% to his shatters. The only girl has the coalescence. And just the self-destruct for Console Hulk on the other side. And we've seen how quickly Madman can earn those rocket barrages, so it'll be interesting to see how they come into this next fight. As they're there 80% or so to that barrage, so should earn that very quickly. Use the shatter, sees the shield down from I'm Soldier. I'm Soldier able to use the Fortify to get away from most of that damage. The rocket barrage in the back grabs a couple as Tectonio goes in and charges in. Does go down a little bit overextended. Gynos continue to clean up, see the feed going red for them, and 2 minutes and 53 seconds for WinkyFace to come back into point. But I think we're getting a little bit of ult charge. Trying to get away, may just do so. They have to 70% charge there. Now 100, good block there. Nice use the ally bubble there on Kyle Gunner. Very charged up here, looking to get a lot of the damage in and earn another Graviton. Very successful with the last one, but they couldn't follow up with the damage. So maybe not quite as successful as they would have liked. Gynos still holding well, holding this corner, getting the kills as I'm Soldier takes down Kyle Gunner. We'll have another supercharger very quickly as Madman helps to clean up Tectonio. WinkyFace again losing members a little too early, maybe earlier than they would have liked. And Gynos putting on a very strong showing. Good avoidance there from I'm Soldier to get out of danger. Get back to his healers and get that shield down and create some space. The supercharger forces them back a little bit, but now the self-destruct coming in from Kyle Gunner does grab Sparky Whitmore. And now a lot of ultimates coming out here from WinkyFace, able to clean up a couple. Console Hulk doing just that though. Tactical Advisor coming in from Griffin will grab a few ultimates really on either side, and I think Gynos still have the advantage though. Oh no, as I said, that Spartan Wells and Kyle Gunner still on point. Console Hulk the only one still in a mech though. Does go out of mech though as the damage coming in from the last two remaining WinkyFace members. A little bit too much. They continue to push the payload. Strong push from them. Still a ton of ultimates there. Third up before the Graviton, and the only hope the Coalescence that can combine that well. Sparky Whitmore with the sound barriers, trying to keep everyone alive for Gynos, but still the attack really starting to come together here for WinkyFace. Graviton only catches the one. Relic already having fallen. I'm Soldier going down, but Griffin as well. Not a lot of time to work with. Definitely not as much time as Gynos had, but time nonetheless as they go into this second checkpoint. Just the Sparky Whitmore sound barrier for Gynos, who's trying to stay alive to make sure that's not wasted or so. But I think they'll be able to push back WinkyFace long enough to get them to this checkpoint. Or rather push Gynos back far enough. Able to get to the checkpoint with 2 minutes on the clock. It'll be a last ditch effort for them to try and get the third point. They have to take it just about all the way to get the draw on this game against Gynos. Tectonio now going with the tactical advisor, trying to catch a couple, but has to deal with the defense matrix here from Console Hulk. We'll charge him and take him down as Hulk goes out of mech. The self-destruct, however, coming through, trying to catch a couple, but does catch Madman. Relic will be able to get the res on Sparky Whitmore. Still has the sound barrier. It's crucial for them. May use it here as 3 ultimates on the WinkyFace side could cause issues. Now it's a Valkyrie coming through, sound barrier on both sides from those Lucios, trying to keep everybody up, and it's just a matter of who can get more damage. I'm Soldier trying to help out Gynos with the supercharger, but it goes down immediately. Cheeky able to get that. The payload very close to the checkpoint though. 1 minute and 15 seconds for WinkyFace. They continue to push the defenders in a good spot and holding well so far. Getting a couple of these kills. The tire trying to come in here, I believe from Cheeky. May just connect, but hasn't just yet. Madman getting in on Spartan Wells, and I think that will be a successful defense for Reddit Gynos, not a lot of time on the clock for WinkyFace, not a lot of time to deliberate as well. Third eye Funkboard close to a Graviton, they may try and combine with the Only Girl Coalescence, but not a lot of time again. 3 ultimates for the defenders, Console Hulk trying. We'll maybe try and shut down the attack before it starts with that self-destruct. I think we just missed a lackluster Pulse Bomb, not quite connects, but maybe spread out WinkyFace's attack somewhat. Madman with a Tactical Visor may try and find a good position to use this and melt some of the WinkyFace attackers. It's a self-destruct initiation coming in here from Console Hulk, grabs one on Spartan Walls, and that's essential for them. 60% to a Sound Barrier. Could have earned that this fight. Tactical Visor coming through, grabs Cheeky, but everybody else hiding behind the wall. Won't be able to get too much more, but I think the damage has already been done. Coalescence from the Only Girl trying to catch a couple. The Graviton combines well, and now the Coalescence trying to get the damage. They can't quite follow up. I'm Soldier taking down Third Eye Funk Boy. Reddit Gynos still looking very strong here, getting the kills they need. The Sound Barrier coming in just to try and keep it rosy for everyone. Tectonio trying to get a little bit of damage close to a cell 8. Death Blossom can't quite use it. I think that Supercharger will be the icing on the cake here for I'm Soldier and Reddit Gynos to get the win and go up 2-0.
Play of the game.
Solid play from Reddit Gynos to get the win and beat WinkyFace 2-0 in that best of 3 series with the draw on Nimbani. Congratulations to them. WinkyFace now 2 games down, 2 losses in a row for them after a 5-0 start, looking to regroup to go into week 8. We'll get the playoff implications when we come back. And welcome back, guys. Reddit Gynos getting the win 2-0 over WinkyFace. And a solid showing. Draw Nimbani, a little bit anticlimactic, but coming back on Ilios, this WinkyFace's map pick, getting the win. In a best of 3, Reddit Gynos taking the 3rd round. And then WinkyFace picking Eichenwald. Reddit Gynos able to get just about to the end. And then held WinkyFace to 2 points. So a strong showing from Reddit Gynos, definitely trying to lift up off the bottom of the table. Again, they did inherit an 0-3 record, so now 3-1 in games played. So looking at how that affects the standings, though, it's WinkyFace dropping to 5-2. Daddyland with an opportunity to overtake them. WinkyFace on 10 points, so if Daddyland's able to win their game, they can go to 5-2, tied with WinkyFace, but winning on map points, sitting on 9. A 2-game advantage there would give them the 11 points they need to jump into 2nd place. So a lot to play for them. Kind of opens the door to get in one of those top spots. Reddit Gynos, on the other hand, now going to 3-4, will leapfrog a couple at least until the rest of the week is played. But with a solid 2 wins there, gets them up to 6 points to try and get in the mix and get into one of those final playoff spots. Again, you can see all the playoff implications and standings on the website OWXL.com. Go and check that out. It should be really exciting going into the final week of the season. But we are just in the beginning of week 7. A lot of exciting games to come. I think there's a few that have been scheduled, maybe not on the schedule just yet, but we'll get those on the website as quickly as possible. The only one listed now, Squad v Legacy from the Challenger tier. Thursday night should be really exciting. I'll be there to cast it for you, and should be a good showing. Squad there at the top of the right near the top of the challenger tier in second place, tied with Crisis Red, losing by a single point. So a lot to play for them as well. But again, if you guys missed the announcement earlier, free-for-all tournament this weekend, Saturday the 17th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you're available for that. We'll have groups kind of rolling through lobbies, so make sure you're on deck and ready to go so we can get you in and out as quickly as possible. And that'll be streamed as well, so if you're just passing through and you want to check out some more OWXL content, you can tab over to the archive and check out past games, or you can just come back on Saturday and check out the free-for-all tournament. It should be a lot of fun. So other than that, I think that will do it for us. Actually, I guess I can give you the Week 8 matchups for both of these teams. For WinkyFace, on Week 8, Junkertown will be the map against Spicy Boys, another team inherited kind of a losing record, but looking really good after, I think, handing Daddyland their first loss of the season in Week 4. So one to watch for sure. Gynos up against Hogpen and an opportunity to perform the back-to-back upset on the top 2 members of the rival tier. So definitely one you want to catch. Do not miss it. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed, you can use your Prime subscription to throw us a subscribe over there in the corner. We run completely off volunteer work, so appreciate all the supporters that we have that kind of keep the league up and going, and just all the time they put in. Really appreciate that. All the admins and captains, players especially. So appreciate that from you guys. But that'll do it for us. Definitely be sure to check out what we have for you in the rest of the week. And yeah, for the OWXL, I'm Salt and Pepper, and we'll see you next time.